Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim, man. When people kick you out their life, oblige them. Leave. Walk away. Don't sit there and try to ask why you don't want me here no more. Man, get the hell up out of there. Stop begging somebody to love you. Stop begging people to put up with you. Dude, if you're not happy, your damn self. Understand. Stop being so in love with somebody and really look at them. I see so many people be so in love and they just miss shit. Like I said, man, you got to keep a little bit of that last horrible ass relationship that you had with you. It has to help guide you too. The shit that you don't want, the energy, the personality, the person talking crazy, you got to have some of that still with you just to check. You be like, nah, I don't want that. I don't want this. Person talking to you crazy. You got to check that shit right off the bat. When women talking to you like you got punk in you, you got to make sure you check her ass too. Bro, I'm telling you, man, you got to make sure that your peace of mind is still there. A woman will try you, bro. They will. You treat a woman too good, bro, they will fuck all over you. You treat a woman like shit, she will love the hell out of you. I don't know what that is. I don't know what's that about. It's like they got something to prove, like, I could change this person. But men got that too. I could change her. You can't change her. She for the damn streets, bro. You knew that going in. You seen the same damn thing everybody else seen. Her ass out. She ain't got no clothes on. What happened with all the women putting on clothes? If your best outfit is you got on a pair of damn leggings and a nice dress shirt, fucking look, what happened to wearing clothes? Leggings are underwear. Why the hell would you be outside wearing leggings? Bro, I hear so many people crap on guys for wearing skinny jeans and shit like that, but you out here, just about the same damn way. What are we doing? They're out here no underwear. These women wild as hell. Dude, there's nothing left to the imagination. Oh, I want to be treated like a queen. You know what? He has no right to, basically ogle me, man. Look at me and make me feel less than. Then why the hell you come out the house like that? You come out butt ass naked and you think nobody ain't gonna notice? You did that for a reason. You want to play victim. You can't play victim out here, bro. People tired of this shit. People tired of all these crazy ass women. Like I said, I used to love that back in the day, where I used to date a crazy woman. Hell, that motherfucker been to set the whole house on fire. Then go in there in the house that she sat on fire and go in there and pop some popcorn and sit and watch TV as the house is on fire. I used to love that shit. Oh, she crazy as hell, so she crazy in bed. Bro, that dumb shit, that dumb mentality left a long time ago. You can't make somebody who ain't got no damn sense have it. And, a lot of us get here and try to fix people. Bro, you can't fix no damn body. You gonna need to be fixed from the person you trying to fix. You gonna need to be saved from the motherfucker you trying to save, bro. Like I said, it it makes no difference how you put it or do it, man. I see people go through shit constantly and don't learn a lesson in it. I see people give great ass advice but won't follow none of it. Some people were like, hey, Unc, you don't follow. Shit, Uncle be following some of his advice his damn self. Dude, you don't put yourself in that shit. Dude, I'm the first person to tell you, if shit is over, you delete that damn number, you block that damn number, you change your number. Shit, you move if you can. Dude, look, I ended relationships where I fucking changed my number. Dude, after changing my number, I changed the whole damn phone, the whole carrier. Dude, I even moved, bruh. Left my job and went to a whole nother one. This is what I'm talking about. When you don't want shit to do with that person, bruh, you just don't want nothing to do with them. People like, hey, that don't make no sense what you said. It makes every bit of sense. Bruh, sometimes when you need to get your ass away from somebody, you need to leave. You need to cut ties. You need to run. You need to not look back. You need to, go past go, bro, and just keep running. I have seen people in the middle of the night pack a bag and get the fuck up out of there. They said, man, why that man ain't with that woman? Look like they were happy. Because she wasn't happy. She was too busy being on Instagram, bro. She too busy looking at other people's lives. They traveling, they doing all this stuff. They so carefree and fun. Bruh, that lifestyle comes with a lot of shit. Everybody want to live like that, but you can't. Why? Because you got to understand. You got to set some sort of situation for you to get there, man. You just can't be sitting there talking about, man, yeah, I work like, these hours, man, and this is what I want to do, man. I'm sitting here looking at people who work good jobs, not able to jump up. People going to Bora Bora, the Maldives, man, the French Polynesian, Paris, Croatia. They going to all these places, and I'm not doing anything. And you know what? All you see is the good part of people's lives. You don't see the bad part. You don't see the part where shit is falling apart. Not everybody who's traveling is having a bad life, but a lot of people out there not telling your ass the truth. You only see the good shit. And some of these people ain't even traveling. Some of these people know how to fake some damn pictures real good. Because I'm like, how the hell are you traveling? And I done seen your ass for the last month. When did you travel? I'm thinking to myself, but I'm not saying it. Like I said, you got to know your value and your worth. Don't trade out to think you going to trade up. Most people who leave relationships think they trading up. You're not trading up. Bro, the grass is not green on the other side. Trust me. The people that put up with the shit that you was doing ain't going to put up with it out there. They just on pump and dump. And that's what it is now. People are not putting up with that shit no more. They pumping and dumping, and women out here getting mad. They feeling some kind of way. They feeling that, people are not treating them right. Bruh, I don't owe you shit. Like I said, when you dump somebody, you don't, get, to be like, oh man, I'm going to do this over. Dude, I buy what I like. I do what I do. I spend money when I need to spend money. Like I said, if you get the right person with you and explain to them, look, this is who I am. Like it or love it, hate it or leave it. Like I said, you don't have to be with anybody. But people see what they want in you because, like I said, you make people better. You bring out good in people. You know when you bring out good in people when they're doing good. Like I said, if you've been around people and you bring good out in them, sometimes people don't want that. They want the shit they see their friends doing. Oh, she out there hoeing. Look at her. She hoeing her ass off. And she be like, oh, I want to hoe too. You get out there and get ran through. Now you trying to be like, I want to come back. The fuck too? Bro, like I said, you got to fucking leave, change your number. Please. People try to hint like, yeah, the kids, and I miss the kids. You be like, motherfucker, you ain't seen them kids in like 2 or 3 years. What the hell you talking about you miss them? Shit. Can't even remember their damn names, that ain't the case, but you be sitting there saying to yourself, people wild as hell, bro. People try to use, potential leverage to get back in, bro. Like, man, I've been out here to real talk, bro, just listening to people and people not being able to let go. They talking about shit, from the past and they hurt and they're in their feelings, bro. You gotta let this shit go. It ain't healthy to hold on to a toxic ass relationship where the person did you dirty. Man, like I said, and I've been there for people throughout all this shit. And I learned I can't be there for people. I gotta let them be there for their damn self. Whatever you going through is something you keep putting yourself through. That means you need to deal with it, not me. Man, nobody helping me deal with this shit. It's your shit. Ain't nobody helping me deal with my shit. Dude, if you don't got the person's number, you don't know where the fuck they live, you don't know how to get in touch with them, bro, like I said, that ain't none of your damn problem no more. That's just basically, you don't have to deal with that shit, man. Like I said, you just, back out and just be like, man, I'm going to let this person do their own thing. This is why sometimes when people hit rock bottom and people be like, and that's when you're supposed to help family the most. You go over there and you help. No, you don't. When they hit rock bottom, you got to let them stand up. It ain't your job to go over there and help them stand up because a lot of times people don't want to fucking stand up. They want you to do all the work for them. Man, you can help me get on my feet, man. You can pay a month of my rent. You got family doing all this shit to you. You can pay a month of my rent, put some groceries in my fridge. You sitting here like, the fuck you gonna do? This is not my relationship. Or, that you just left, or this is not my life. And I'm being honest, bro. People be treating you like you're a second spouse and shit. You be like, fuck this. Like I was telling my son, I said, man, you're a granddaddy, man. You got to do this, this. I said, man, I ain't got to do a damn thing. That's your kid. You had that kid, you got to do this, this, and this. I said, bro, that ain't my job. My job is to live my damn life. I said, I raised my kids. I said, it's your turn to raise yours. I said, just being honest, man. That's real talk right there. There's no disrespect to him. He a man. Like I said to any damn body, my mama told me, she said, you want me to raise, you want me to watch your kids, you got to pay me. And I was like, why? You the grandmama. She said, I raise my damn kids. She said, I watch the kids when I want to, but I'm not going to be watching them each and every damn day. She said, that's on you. This is what I'm telling all of y'all, man. Get up out here, man, and understand. Get some experience under your belt, man. Do not date the first woman you see. Do not marry the first woman you do. Man, and I understand some people can marry people, and be with them for a very long time. But I've seen people do this shit, bruh, and end up hurt and miserable as hell. They got with a person and, they've been with them for 15, 25, 30 years, and all of a sudden they want to try something different. Bruh, this is why when you young, that's the time to do that. When you in high school, those are the time. No, man, I met a girl and we together the whole high school, bro. But you didn't get the opportunity to experience what it is that you like. You just seen the first thing. I can get some sex and I'm going to stay with her. Man, motherfucker, toxic as hell. You just put yourself in a toxic-ass relationship that you can't get out of now. And you talking about, man, this is the best thing to happen. People looking at you like you crazy as hell. You out here need a damn code. It's cold out here. You ban this woman shit and you can't even fucking feel your fingers. You crazy motherfucker. People be doing dumb shit. That love had people all fucked up. You got on these glasses. You forget, to do stuff for yourself. You doing for people. You buy them clothes and shoes and shit. Whether, vice versa. If women do the same thing, the man do the same thing, we get out here and get crazy. But you know what? We don't know if the other person is feeling the same way. This is why I say in a relationship, you got to say, look, I feel this way. So many people talk about, man, we happy. No, you happy. Be careful of that. My wife said, why you say that? Because I said I could only speak for me. I can't speak for you. How do I know you happy? Shit, that's real talk right there. That ain't me capping. That's real talk. How do you know if somebody happy? Unless they say so. Man, but to later, fam, thank you for watching. Peace out.